Good evening, Tracy. Today is Friday, August 14th, 7:15 p.m. I'm Gurtej, your host, and I have Rajdeep, my co-host. We are back with our third episode, Coffee with our Mayor Candidate. I want to first of all thank our audience for their questions, feedback, and the urge to know our candidates. This is very helpful to make an informed decision. Previously, we have met Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Nancy Young, Dan Ariola, who is a council member as well as Deputy District Attorney. Today, we have the privilege to meet our third mayor candidate for Tracy. Now, I would request Raj to please introduce us with the third candidate.
Thank you, Guterres. Thank you so much. And hello, Tracy. Good evening. And we are very honored. We're very happy to be hosting this show. This is our third episode together. And I can't thank enough to Guterres to co-chair me on this show. It's wonderful to have him and work with him. And like he said, we had a really great candidates before who came to the show and introduced themselves and who they are, what do they stand for. And today we have our third candidate. And Gurtej has been asking since morning that who is our third candidate. And I've not been telling Gurtej, like, I don't know, you'll find out at 7 or 7:30, somewhere there. You will know. So he's still excitingly waiting to who we have our on show. So Gurtej, why don't you bring our guests from the backstage to our room right here so our audience can see who we have on the show today. We have Jass Sangha. Welcome, Jass, to our show. We're very honored. We're very thrilled to have you on our show. And Jass does not need any big introduction. She's a very known figure in city of Tracy. And if I start going into her introduction to give a list, the list is super long, and I think it will take me quite a while to go over it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go over a little bit quickly to introduce her. So some people that don't know her or new audience on our page, so they will know. So Jass moved to Tracy back in 2000, almost 20 year Jass, I believe. Yeah, it's almost 20 years. She's a Tracy resident, and since then she served our community and she gave back to our community in a very different manners and very different forms. Starting with being involved in the art commission. She was the art commissioner in the city of Tracy. Then she served on the planning commission as well, and in the city of Tracy. Not only she stopped there, she actually moved up and went to county, and she served in the civil services commission at a San Joaquin County level. And not last, but something to add onto it, she's actually active member of our Tracy Police Chief Community Advisory Committee or a board, where she's helping bringing creating the bridge between the community and the police department laws and orders. And also, she from last 18 years, she's hosting an event on September 11 to honor our first responders and the people we lost in the attack in New York. That was such a sad incident. So she does that from last 18 years, and she honors all the people they serve for our country, they serve for us. So like I said, the list is huge for her. So I'm not going to take much more time, just kind of keep going on. I'm going to open a floor to Jass. Jass, welcome, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. Floor is yours. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you so much, Raj. Good evening, Raj, and very good evening to good taste to both of you guys. Congratulations for this new platform that you have created. And good evening to everyone who took the time. I know it's Friday evening. Not really want to go into politics here, but hey, we are on. And so thank you, everyone. Raj, very nice introduction. I appreciate that. My name is Jass Sangha, of course, and I've been in Tracy for a little over 20 years. And adding on to a little bit of what Raj just told about me, I'm actually extremely proud to be a Tracyite. I'm deeply involved with my community, and it did not come easy just to make a decision. So I thought long, and I discussed with a lot of my friends. We have a nice team, and why am I running for mayor? That question came up, and we discussed it in detail. So it wasn't something that I just thought, well, I got nothing else to do, so just do this. No, it is coming from the heart. It's coming with a lot of passion, with a sense of service. It's not something that is just an ambition. I'm putting service above ambition here. And Raj, like you said again, one more time, I want to say 9/11 is coming. Yes, I've been doing 9/11, the event that's called 9/11, we will never forget, since 2002. This year, I won't be able to do anything indoors because of the COVID, but I'll still go ahead and do it on 9/11, which is a Friday. My humble way of honoring those people, the innocent lives lost, and to honor the NYPD and the NYFD, and also the local fire department and our police department. So I do want to say thank you to our veterans. I want to say thank you to all those who serve us in so many ways to keep our life, safe, and keep let us be sitting at home enjoying all the amenities while they're out there taking care of all that's out there to be taken care of to keep us safe. So thank you. I'm very humbled, and like I said, I wear my pins very proudly. It's a Tracy Police, Tracy Fire, and the American flag. uh, so that was the important part for me to say thank you. And next, I want to say thank you to my community. I've been very blessed to be living here in Tracy. I call Tracy my hometown for over 20 years now. I wouldn't live anywhere else. I love to travel, but I always come back to Tracy because Tracy is where the heart is, Tracy is where the home is. And I'm so glad to see the next generation, like, both of you, Raj, you on the Parks Commission, and Gutej on the Planning Commission. Very nice, doing a great job. Thank you. Tracy has a lot of potential. And when I was on the Planning Commission, I understood a lot over the 6 years how things happen behind doors. Not, I don't mean like behind doors, like how things before it comes to the public, all the process that goes through it, all the protocol that we follow, how it goes through the staff, through the Planning Commission, going to the City Council. So I understood a lot more being on the commission than I would have done in any college or anything because it was hands on. You read a lot of stuff. What you see, for example, on Tracy Hills, those beautiful homes, they've been going through the process since 1999. So when people see something coming up, it just didn't happen yesterday. And good age, I know you will vouch to that, it's not easy process. Everything has to go through a certain process when it gets the ended product that comes in front of the community. So I'm a businesswoman. I have businesses here in Tracy, and I am feeling the pain what a lot of people are feeling because of the COVID, what's going on. So when we go towards the platform of what I bring towards my mission statement, or what I say is why am I running. Number one, my biggest thing, why I think I'm a good candidate, or why I'm not going to talk about anybody else. I'm only going to talk about me because I can only speak on my behalf. I get along with everyone. And I think it's very important in this day and age because there is so much divisive nature, so much, uh, uh, lack of a better word, I can say, so much of political drama going on that, you have to stay positive. I choose to, and I believe in staying positive. I have never had any malice towards anyone. When I did my announcement last year, when I announced that I'll be running for mayor, I had invited all the sitting council and everybody came except one young man who was working and he couldn't come that day. And I talked to everyone freely. I have a nature that, I don't prejudge people. I don't have a mindset that cannot be changed. I'm willing to, I'm happy to, and I'm ready to work with everyone. Tracy is very diverse. We cannot have one size fits all. It's very important to make sure the community is involved. The decision making cannot be just made by few people, a group, or a certain uh, interest group, I should say. And again, my intention is never to offend anyone. I'm known for being a little bit straightforward, and I'll stay that way because all of a sudden, if I change my tone, it's going to look like, oh, that's not Jass. What is she trying to do? So this is who I am. I believe in respecting everyone. We have the right to disagree, but we should not ever disrespect anyone just because we are not on the same page. And that is my biggest strength, that I can get along with everyone, being at the same time very fiscally conservative. Been in business for over 20 years now. I can understand, and I strongly believe my next thing that comes to is a budget. A sound budget is very important. Public safety goes on the top of the priority list without even mentioning it because that's a given. For us to maintain the public safety at the highest level, for keeping our fellow citizens safe, and for having Tracy at the highest level of quality of life, where everybody feels this is the place they want to stay with their family, they want to retire here. We need a good police department, which we really have a really great police department. We have a nice fire department, a public works. All that falls under the quality of life thing, where you have to have a sustainable budget. You cannot have surplus at one time and after a few years you're going into deficit. I'm a strong believer of not spending what you don't have, especially when it's other people's money, when it's the taxpayers' money. Again, there is so many things you can do that I have learned, and I say thank you to the city staff, to the sitting council, the previous council, who has worked so hard to bring Tracy to where it is. One person cannot do anything. I never use the word I. I always use the word we because I believe in teamwork. I don't want to take any undue credit, nor do I want to give any blame to anyone, because everybody, I believe in the goodness that everybody's trying to do the best they can. That being said, there is a lot that can be done. Biggest concern, I've been talking to a lot of people, they're saying Tracy doesn't have jobs that they can have good paying jobs. The youth are saying that they have to, even after they have good degrees and all that, they have to commute. Young families with young children, they leave early in the morning, come home late. Late, I mean, after spending 8 to 10 hours at work, and then another couple hours coming back home, and couple hours in the morning going to the Bay Area or wherever they're commuting to. What happens to the quality of life there? We have a great workforce here. Tracy is very diverse, not only in the diversity is not only in the population, but also in the kind of workforce we have. I personally know a lot of people who are very intelligent, and two of them are right there with me. So when people commute, if they want to commute, that's okay. But sometimes they have to commute. We should be able to give them a choice. That some people have said that they're willing to take a pay cut just to stay close to home. When somebody's making a statement like that, you got to think twice. Somebody's willing to take a pay cut just to stay close to home. Tracy has a lot to offer. When we talk about economic development, we can talk about a lot of things. There's different things, and you can expand and keep spreading around. I tend to focus on what is attainable. I need to do things that are practical, uh, not just say things that sound good to you, but say things that are correct, that are logical, that are practical. For that, you have to have a game plan. And for having a game plan, that's not the only thing. You have to get along with other people who are in that game. And teamwork. When we don't have teamwork, things don't tend to proceed in that manner, where we are thinking that it's for the greater good of the community. To me, it's all about Tracy. Um, I'm not saying other cities are not good. I'm not saying they don't have the potential. All I'm saying is Tracy is the best. And I always say this, and people ask me, why do you say that? I believe it in my heart. We are one of the best cities. We are one of the safest cities, depending on talking on the economic front, or you're talking about, the quality of life we have here. Yes, there is a little bit going on with the traffic. I understand that. We have houses which brings more people when people are going to work, when people are going to school, the traffic, the congestion, the infrastructure. That is something definitely that needs to be worked upon. When we are bringing new projects, I always say this and I will always maintain this. We need to finish what we started before we jump to the next project. Because instead of leaving behind loose ends and moving on to something else, it doesn't make sense. Because we need to add value to what we do. We cannot do, again, for lack of a better word, we cannot just do something halfway and just think, okay, we'll get back to it, let's start something else. That's not the way to proceed, especially when we are a city this size, almost 100,000 people. Again, public safety on the top of the list, but we do need to have an infrastructure that goes to handle, that goes to accommodate the way we are proceeding in bringing homes here. I'm not against any development. I'm not saying development shouldn't be there. I'm just saying it has to be sensible and sustainable development. Something that can be controlled when we see that there is too much traffic going on. The focus is on infrastructure first. Coral Hollow, a lot of people who live in Coral Hollow, right now the schools are not always like the way it used to be in 2018, 2019. But still, if you go there in the afternoon after 3 o'clock, you can see the lines. Of course, there's growing pains with growing cities. We all understand that. We adapt to that. But when the situation is such that people are complaining to the level that they think that the city is not listening, and that raises questions. Why do people feel like that? So that is one of my main things. I would like to work on the infrastructure, definitely, to make sure that we accommodate what we are bringing in here. Cannot just put the cart in front of the horse. And I was talking to another Tracy citizen today. We have quite a few things that are kind of done but not finished. Legacy fields, that needs to be finished. If we have something like legacy fields, that's a gem we have here. People will come and play and spend their money here. We have good hotels. There's a couple more good hotels coming here. They'll live here. The tax dollars are coming into the city. And that's how you raise your budget. If we are depending on other cities, and one thing that bothers me a lot, Raj, is, again, no disrespect to our neighbors, but when someone just passes through Tracy and takes their business to Lathrop or Manteca, they're good cities. But as a person who is in Tracy, who is representing Tracy, who will be representing Tracy, whether it's myself or the current consul or whoever's in charge of making some decisions, we need to know, and we need to discuss, and we need to have a respectful discussion. Why is it that some businesses just left us, even though we were first when coming from the Bay Area, and they just went north? You know, there should be some incentives given. Definitely, it's a human nature. A business will ask, if I'm coming to Tracy, what's in it for me? Yes, we have Amazon. Yes, we give a lot of incentives to some other businesses. I would rather work on something that's hurting right now. First, nurture them, take care of them. Small businesses, mom and pops, in the downtown area, some on the Nagley Road, some in between on Tracy Boulevard. There is some big vacant building sitting there for years. There's a building on Tracy Boulevard. It's called, I don't remember the name of the center, but it's the Save Mart building. Those kind of things, there was a Long John Silver's that was there for almost 10 years. The city finally got through taking care of that. There is some other buildings in the downtown area. There has to be a joint effort. We have a great team at the economic development. The director, Mr. Andrew Malik, and other people. We have a great staff, a very capable staff. I have worked with them. I don't think we need consultants all the time. That's another thing that I object to, at a level that if we have such a good staff, why are we bringing consultants that are from other cities and sometimes even from other states? Do they understand Tracy? When somebody is not from Tracy, they will not totally understand Tracy, because we are diverse, but we are also very, very welcoming to other people. But we cannot be just compared to some other cities unless we are compatible to them. I don't want to take any names again, but if somebody's coming from another state or another city and trying to tell us what to do, how to do, we're willing to listen, as long as it's not a lecture, as long as it's something coming to us as an advice. Especially being a businesswoman, it bothers me to see that some of the businesses are having the effect of COVID, that they had to shut down. Not everybody can feel that agony, that pain, that sense of helplessness when you're putting your heart, your soul, your hard-earned money into it, and then you don't get a chance to reap the fruit out of that hard work. It hurts. I can feel it. One of my businesses has been shut since March 15. Tomorrow will be 5 months. So, I believe in compassion, but compassion combined with common sense will give us some positive results when we all work together. Working together is the bottom line here. We need to put our differences away, regardless of our party affiliation, regardless of our personal views about someone. We don't have to, they say love thy neighbor. Of course, please do. But if you don't like someone, please keep that feeling out the door. I am willing to work with everyone for the greater good of the community. Because for me, it's Tracy first. It's Tracy. We have to come together where we are thinking about the community and not thinking about myself or another, a group or organization. It's about us. It's about we. It's not about I or me. And that is my biggest thing. I want to make sure that Tracy stays to be the one of the best cities, but we can always do better. There is always room for improvement, and I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to work with everyone. My heart is here, and you have to have the passion. You cannot fake it. If you ambition is good, but you have to put service above ambition, because if it's not coming from the heart, you can't fake it. And if you are faking it, you can't keep faking it, because eventually people are smart. They will find out. So any particular questions, I'm willing to answer, but my basic thing is, quality of life, where we have to have public safety on the top of the list, infrastructure, bringing good jobs, working with people wherever they are. I'm willing to work overtime. I'm willing to work 6 days. I do understand that a lot of people commute, so they don't have the time in the evenings to attend the city council meeting at 7 o'clock, and sometimes our meetings go a little too long, and people have to go home and do their chores and get to sleep to wake up early next morning. So I'm openly giving this offer and happy to work with people on Saturdays, Sundays. I would like to keep Sunday for myself, but if I have to, I'll work. I'm happy to work to make sure that people's voices are heard. I'm very accessible. I'm very accountable. I'm fiscally responsible. I'm not one of those people who'll just keep spending just because it's not my money. I'm extra careful with money, especially if it's a taxpayer's money. And I'm very transparent. You ask me any question, if the question is in regarding Tracy, I'm more than happy to answer it. If it's a question that does not involve Tracy, it doesn't affect Tracy, and it does not affect the citizens of Tracy in any way, shape, or form, then that question can be dealt at a later stage, on a different stage. But at this point, anything that has to do with Tracy, I'm more than willing to take a question or answer any questions.
Wonderful, Jess. Thank you. Thank you. I think you covered everything the way we wanted to ask, like, what's your vision? What are your top priorities? What are the main issues that you think the Tracy is facing? I think you covered all of them very well, and you highlighted them very well. And like you said, I think you, if I have to say some word in a very short way, I think you are a person with listen, speak, and act. So I think that can describe you very well. And
I
Gurtej,
like to get
please chime in if you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jazz.
No, I'm just saying. I said I like to get things done. It has to be done and move on. No grudges. No malice, no ill will towards anyone. It's all about serving the community. So that's the bottom line.
Very true.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Jazz. So, staying positive and passionately serving your community to have a better quality of life for the citizens of Tracy. Yeah, that's what we all wanted to listen from the candidates, so that our voters can make an informed decision. Because our goal, everybody, your goal, our goal, the voters' goal is to make a better Tracy tomorrow. As you have great expertise, you had been through all those roles, you understand, you highlighted all the issues, pain points that everybody, including me, we are facing in our day-to-day lives. And thank you for laying out your action plan, how you can lead this city to a better Tracy tomorrow. Thank you, much appreciate for coming here and giving us an opportunity to listen to
Most
your
definitely.
thoughts, your views. And for our audience, yeah, for our audience, we always request you to share your questions. You can share your questions now. You can share your questions later. We'll be more than happy to transfer those questions to the candidate, so that they have an opportunity to connect to the audience and clarify some of the
And just to
concerns
add
or
to
some
that,
of the issues.
Jazz has she has her own Facebook page as well, where she's easily accessible. You can reach out to her, message her. She will connect with you, or if some of you have her number and you know how to get to her, she owns a beautiful banquet hall, Nirvana in Tracy, so she can be located there as well. So I think she's very much reachable whenever you guys need.
I'm very reachable,
Yeah,
yes.
Jass.
And, my website is jass.com. It's very easy, JASS2020.com. I want to take a minute to definitely thank all my supporters. And if anybody has any question, I apologize if somebody is going to say she's talking too fast. I'll try to slow down, but you want somebody who can get things done for you, and my word is everything. I'm old school. I just got on social media, but yes, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, I have a Facebook, and I have a great team. My campaign team is great. I wouldn't be doing this, I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of my campaign team. So ladies and gentlemen, you know who you are. We have a youngest member, which is 17-year-old young lady, and we have the oldest member, which I won't say the age, but he's a gentleman who has very good experience in the educational field. And in between, people who are small business owners and retired, and housewife, and somebody who is a teacher, or administrator, and a person who was working with the government. So it's very diverse, just like the city is very diverse. So I picked up my team very carefully. And to all those supporters who have given small donations to big donations. It is very much appreciated. It's not about the money, it's about your love, your support. And again, my word is my everything. Anybody has any questions? I may or may not have covered everything the way I wanted to. I guess it's the heat. I can blame it on the heat. It's a hot day today. So thanks for bearing with us. Raj, again, a good age. Again, thank you so much. I'm very proud of the next generation. I'm very proud that Tracy has a very diverse and very qualified uh, population here. We are hitting almost 100,000 people, and again, I cannot reach everyone. If I want to meet, I would love to meet everyone. I cannot do that, but please, if you reach out to me, I am known to be very accessible. It's not that if you left a message and I never return the call, that will never happen. I can guarantee you that. And if that happens, please call Raj. Uh, but blame it on him. But, I'm going to spare Good Tage because he was on the planning commission, so I'm a little bit biased towards him. But that being said, I'm coming out not as a politician to you. I'm your fellow citizen. I'm someone who's around, and I'm very honored. Like Raj was saying, I'm on the Tracy Police Chief's advisory board, and Tracy has honored me with the 2015 Female Citizen of the Year, which was a great honor, and many other things. I volunteer at Sarah Hospital. I volunteer at my kids' school. Uh, I'm just another person, just like you. I had my hardships. Um, I cried when things didn't go my way, but we get back, and we work with it. It's life. Uh, all those people who are hurting because of COVID, especially the small businesses, I want to work with you. I want to make sure that you have someone you can come talk to. We can be together. We can recover from this. Right now, we are in the survival mode. We will survive, but we will also thrive. Let's stay positive. I'm a person in faith. I'm a person who believes in God, and may God bless you all. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much for your
thank,
time.
thank,
Appreciate it.
thank you, Jazz. Thank you very much for being with us tonight, and we really appreciate it. Everybody have a good I was gonna say afternoon, good evening, have a good night, have a wonderful Friday with your family, enjoy your dinner and the weekend coming up. So thank you, everyone.
We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.